Police in riot gear last week moved against demonstrators in several cities. Demonstrators in Portland, Oregon did not resist authorities. But in Oakland, California, an Iraq War veteran suffered a skull fracture, apparently from a tear gas canister. Police Chief Howard Jordan acknowledged his force fired the canisters, along with beanbags and rubber bullets.
They had already thrown bottles at us. They were going back into a garbage can to retrieve more bottles, and by policy, we are allowed to use less lethal rounds to neutralize that person and take him into custody.
In Nashville, Tennessee, state authorities arrested demonstrators after hastily instituting new protest rules. They included a curfew and permit requirements, which suddenly made the 3-week-long protest illegal. Local Judge Tom Nelson did not like the abrupt change. He ordered protesters released.
When the state issued its memorandum today imposing a curfew and changing the rules right in the middle of a protest, they can do that. But they have to give them adequate opportunity to comply with those rules.
The result in Tennessee highlights the lack of a common approach to policing the Occupy protests across the nation. The nation's 18,000 municipal police departments are controlled by city or county officials, and they react in part based on their own feelings and those of local citizens. Toledo, Ohio Mayor Mike Bell says he won't allow the local protest to go on indefinitely.
They're going to have to vacate the premises at some point in time.
In Santa Rosa, California, City Manager Kathleen Millison is cooperating with demonstrators.
It was best to avoid a so-called showdown. That was not in our interest, their interests.
Maria Haberfeld at the John Jay College of Criminal Justice in New York says how a mayor uses the police depends on perceptions of public safety, concern about police overtime pay, and popular pressure. She notes that the training and emotions of individual police officers also have a bearing.
It might be that the police officers actually do identify with the causes of the individuals who are on the other side, but being part of the organization, they cannot allow their private thoughts influence their decision-making process, so there might be quite a lot of frustration on this end.
Haberfeld says few police officers look forward to breaking up a protest. But she adds, officers can get frustrated with being assigned for weeks on end to maintain order at a protest. After 7 weeks, the original Occupy Wall Street protesters in New York City say they plan to stay for months. Peter Fedinsky, VOA News, New York.